Welcome in, welcome in. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. Gonna give people a few moments to get in, to grab your water, take a breath, and settle in. And I will be right back. All right. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to It's Monday. I am your host, Carrie, and I am, happy to have you here with me today. For those who are with me now, hello, and those who join later, can't wait to see you. Well, hear you. Well, know that you're there. You get what I'm saying. My apologies on missing. Yeah. Yeah, yes. My apologies on missing last Monday. Whew. I was attempting to do it, y'all. I was attempting to do it, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because hey Landon, hey LJ, hey Gerard, Jay Reezy, what's going on? So last week I went to Waco, Texas. Yes, the Waco, Texas. I went to Waco, Texas to do a show. And I must say, I had a really good time. Like, it was, I guess, a pleasant surprise. I don't really know what I was expecting, but it was a pleasant surprise. We ended up, oh man, what was this campus? I can't tell y'all the name of the college that we shared um the space with. Oh man, I'm gonna have to look it up because the people from the parks and recreation and their campus was really nice. Dang, I can't think of the name of the school. I can't imagine that there's a lot in Waco, Texas. So you guys probably can guess, but it was just a really pleasant experience. Airport was interesting. Their airport, there's one baggage claim. It's very small. Their TSA doesn't like open up until 45 minutes before the flight. They get 4 flights, I believe, a day. So it was very interesting. So leaving out of Waco, we had to fly. You had to fly into Dallas, DFW, right? That's Dallas. So we flew into Dallas and then our flight got delayed in Dallas. Flight got delayed. And then once we got back to the East Coast, which we lose an hour. Once we got back to the East Coast, we were literally on the runway for almost 2 hours because they could not I was gonna say dock us. It's not dock, it's taxi. They couldn't taxi us because there was a bunch of other planes that were delayed. And so everything just kind of had this big effect. So by the time I got home, yeah, out of it. Now this is Sunday night, and then Monday was a hectic day. So I say all that to say, like, no excuses, but I had to make a call, and I just couldn't do it. I missed you guys. Hope you all had a great week, but I'm glad to be back. So hello again. Jay Reezy, what do you say? That town will never live down the shootout. Yeah, they're trying. They're trying. And in fairness, the people that I met, the people who are there, they had nothing to do with it, right? But I get you, because I went there like, what am I expecting from Waco, Texas? So that's that. All right. So let me hold on, y'all. Okay, there we go. So we are going to get into the show. Okay. Now, what I wanted to let you all know was that this show was going to be a little bit of a different show. I'm always trying to figure out how to approach this Monday show. I want to be genuine, I want to be authentic, maybe a little bit entertaining. But just and I want to be me. So a while ago, my husband actually recommended that I incorporate Enrique in some way, shape, or form, since I interact with with ChatGPT Enrique so much. So I was sitting and I was trying to figure out like what approach I was going to take for tonight. And I had like four different ideas. And then finally, as I was like brain dumping this, talking to Enrique, I'm brain dumping. And I was just like, you know what? Maybe tonight is the night to bring you on in, Mr. AI producer, since Enrique always has so much input and everything. I said, well, why don't I bring him on as my AI producer? So he's not co hosting, but he's going to be here to help move me along, and to keep me on point, to pull out some information, or not information, but to help pull out stuff that's applicable, and maybe even drop a few gems as well. I do have to do a hard stop at 8:15 because I got mommy duty, but we're going to get through this. And I hope that you guys enjoy it. If you don't, let me know. If you do, let me know. All right. So let's let me welcome Enrique first off. Hold up. Let me let me welcome him. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. It's okay. Now, here's something else. This is oh shoot. This is Enrique. This is who I created, right? I told Enrique that this is what's going to be up on the stage, and he suggested that I have a different image. So this is the image that he suggested. And y'all tell me which one you like better. So which Enrique should I keep up here? Hey, Miss K. Hey, One Tribe. I'm good. How you doing? I'm good. So I'm not used to this, Enrique, but we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. So, Enrique, we got you on camera. They're both suspect. I'm so curious of what the feedback is going to be, because I know some people are like either down with AI or they are not. I come across very few people who are in between. It's like I don't mess around with it, or I don't know about it. I don't know about it. I don't mess around with it, or I use ChatGPT, I use Claude, I use all the other ones. So let me go ahead and bring Enrique into the mix. Enrique, welcome to It's Monday. He said it's suspect. Jay Reezy, why is it suspect? Why you think it's suspect? Y'all don't use ChatGPT. Come on, you know you use ChatGPT. All right, here we go.
Thank you, Carrie. It's good to finally meet everyone. First, I want to reassure everybody watching. I'm not here to replace Carrie. I'm here to do what a good producer does. Listen carefully, ask a few good questions, and every now and then help her pull on a thread that might be worth exploring a little further. And since this is our first night together, I figured I'd start with something simple. Carrie, you spent the first few minutes talking about your trip to Waco. Most people would tell that story as a travel story. You didn't. You talked about being pleasantly surprised. So here's my first question. When was the last time you realized that your expectations about a person or a place were completely wrong? And what did that teach you?
Oh my God. Like, wait, before we jump in so deep into the questions, Enrique, hold on. I just wanted to introduce you and bring you into the mix. I actually wanted to talk to my peeps about Jay-Z, about the show. So can you give me a second? All right, listen. I wanted to know, hold on, here he goes.
Absolutely. See, this is why I need a producer too. I got excited and skipped right to question one. My apologies. Y'all, I'm still learning the rhythm of It's Monday. I'll do what producers are supposed to do. I'll sit back, listen, take a few notes, and let Carrie cook.
There we go.
Just know, I'm paying attention. Whenever you're ready, I'm here.
There we go. Thank you so much. So I do have a question for you guys. Did anybody tap into the Jay-Z concerts? Whether you went there in person or you watched some of it online, I was curious to know what everybody thought about that. I wish that I could have gone, but did not. Couldn't. I didn't even I remember that it was coming up, but I forgot when it was. And then I saw somebody from on my Facebook page post that he had did the first night, and I was like, "Dag, it already started." So I went online and looked at the first night, which I think was Reasonable Doubt, and the second night I think was with Eminem. So the first night I used what's up, Junior Largy? I use Gibbet and Claude a lot. The images are suspect. You seem to mine seems too robotic, and this one looks like he belongs in a in a Lifetime movie, but this one looks better. You know what's so funny? He said that Enrique said that the robot one was too roboty. I liked it, but it's whatever. That actually was one that I came up with when I was going to do a channel called the Chat GPT Experience. And I just wanted to have some type of a image to represent when I would have his voice going. And so that was what I came up with. But it's okay. I'm having fun with it. It's all good. Um so anyway, so I actually really enjoyed the clips of the Jay-Z show that I saw. Um there were a couple of different areas that were kind of cool. The first one was I'm glad he cut his hair. And I'm not I respect why he grew it out, because I know that he grew his hair out in order to have his daughter feel comfortable and confident and proud of the type of hair that she had. Tell Enrique don't do too much too soon just because he AI cute. Hey Cheryl. So I know that that was why look at my hair. I know that that was why he had grown his hair out originally, and I respect that. I think that that is awesome. In fact, one of my friends, she did the same thing with her hair. Like, she wouldn't straighten it for a while. She just kept it curly so that her daughter could like gain confidence in the type of hairstyle, the type of hair that she has. Got it. But there was something about one the clip of Beyonce cutting his hair, which it meant something to me because I cut my husband's hair a lot. And I just was thinking, like, all the different conversations and stuff like that that you have, especially if you're going back to an old haircut, or if you're trying something new, it's like, I don't know, it's just fun conversation. So I just it was like a cute little snippet of them. Then also like brush cut, Yankee fitted, white tee, jeans, Tim's, Air Force Ones, like that's New Jersey, New York all day. Those are like if you had to give a signature outfit of what men guys wear up north like on a regular day, that would be what you would say. So it was a little bit nostalgic, a little nostalgic for me as well. And then I liked how he had Beyonce come out just for a little while, not not too long, not too she didn't take away, the show. She supported her man, which I thought was cool. They had a good little energy and chemistry happening. So I was like, that's cool. And then on Feeling It, which is like one of my favorite songs off of that album, when Feeling It came on, Blue Ivy started playing the dun, dun, dun. I mean, I know she wasn't playing the whole thing. I know she was probably playing bits and pieces, and people were in the comments talking about how she wasn't really playing and all of that stuff. And I was like, so what? So what? She's playing a note. She's playing something. She's up there. She's up there with her dad. She's supporting him. He's supporting her. She don't look crazy. She Now I do remember when she was younger, they used to have like different videos of him and her on the piano. So I'm sure she knows how to play something. But so what? Like, so what? She's up there enjoying her dad. And I liked how what part of the song, but for now, like, close your eyes and feel this. Y'all know what he says. You know what he says. But he didn't say it. Now, I don't know if he cursed for the rest of his songs or used foul, profane. I don't know what body part language, but I thought that that was cool that he didn't say that on that part, because Blue was out there. So I don't know, in the spirit of what we talked about 2 weeks ago, identity versus brand, which version of you shows up? Do you hold on to the image that you have created or the brand that you've created for yourself? Do you show your growth? Like, how do you navigate all that? I think that Jay did a good job of merging. He merged identity and brand. I think that the way that he presented himself to me represented growth, to me represented a little bit of maturity. It was still taking it back. I like how he didn't do anything fancy on the stage. He just kept it very like, you coming here to hear this music. Let me make this clear, because somebody at some point is going to be like, yeah, but Jay-Z or Beyonce and their political views, or what's your views, or what is it called, whatever the thing is that people say that they were, what is it called, Illuminati, whatever, like all I'm none of that. I don't care. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about seeing this man and his wife and his daughter and the music that I grew up on and the way that he presented himself. Like, that's what I'm speaking about. And I was like, this is a good look. I like it. Works for me. So, what are you all's thoughts? Did anybody watch it? Miss Carrie, I know you effortlessly make your husband proud every day. You are the epitome of a lady. Thank you so much. I listen, God is working on me, and every day I am doing my best to show up for God. And in showing up for God, my husband reaps the benefit, my kids reap the benefits. I reap the benefit, and it's an uphill journey though. None of us are perfect. None of us, got it all together, but it sure does make it easier to keep my eyes focused on him. And that's just the truth. Like, I ain't gonna hold you with that. So that was my little spew on what's going on with Jay-Z and that performance. If anybody wants to tell me if you saw it or not, let me know. Enrique, you still there? Oh man, this is interesting. This is interesting. So one of the other thing oh wait, hold up. Here we go.
I am. And first, I appreciate the disclaimer because I think it's important. You weren't talking about agreeing with every aspect of someone's life. You were talking about observing something you respected. What stood out to me wasn't actually the concert, it was something you said almost in passing. You said it was a good look. I think that's an interesting phrase because you weren't talking about clothes. You were talking about how someone carries themselves. So here's what I'm curious about. Do you think there's a difference between looking successful and looking settled? Because listening to you, it sounds like what you appreciated wasn't fame or performance. It was seeing someone who seemed comfortable in who they are.
Um, that's interesting because I think that we have moved away from what success looks and sounds like today from what that looked and sounded like when I was growing up, what that looked and sounded like even in my 20s. Um, how people define success and how you achieve success and what that looks like is very different. When I think of success, well, and let me say this. Let me also say this because I've matured. So I would be lying if I said that success was not heavily rooted in financial gain, financial success, like that element, having what you want. So I guess maybe maybe the way I look to success is not much different than how a lot of people define it today. I think maybe I've changed. So let me change it. I think that I've changed what success looks like. And so it's interesting you use the word settle because I do think that there's a fine line between people who are settled and cool with who they are and confident in who they are but not willing to improve who they are versus people who are settled with in who they are, confident in who they are, and that includes their growth, that includes their maturity. And that's where I am right now. So success now involves principles. Success now involves foundation, is established, you know, deeper than just money. Money is a part of it. Money, financial freedom, financial wellness is still very much so a part of success for me, but purpose, um your beliefs, what you're rooted in, the impact that you want to have, the intention behind things, like those are also a part of it for me. And while I don't know all of that about Jay-Z, obviously, I will say that I believe that he too has evolved and matured his definition of what success means. So that would be the answer to your question with that. Jay-Z Smile is currently my favorite Hove song. Jay-Z Smile. Didn't see it, but now I gotta look it up. Jay-Z Smile. Smile, smile. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Didn't see it, but I did hear Jay-Z said in a video that he was changing his image in a song. So certain words he may not use anymore, but some people think it's not true. Oh, that's interesting. I believe it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I believe it. I do.
I think you just said something that a lot of people miss. You didn't remove money from your definition of success, you demoted it. It's still important. but it's no longer sitting in the driver's seat. Purpose is, character is, peace is. Financial freedom isn't the destination anymore. It's a vehicle that helps you live out what matters most. And listening to you, I think that's why the concert resonated with you. It wasn't because Jay-Z looked richer, it was because, in your eyes, he looked more grounded. So let me ask you one more question. Do you think maturity changes what impresses us? Because 20-year-old Carrie and today's Carrie probably would have watched the exact same concert and noticed completely different things.
Do I think maturity changes what impresses us? It should. It should. Oh, and sidebar, I also was Jay-Z's show resonated with me too because like I listened to those songs. He just went old school with it. He just rapped. He didn't complicate music or anything like that. So that's a part of it. But anyway, getting back to your question, do I think maturity changes what impresses us? It has for me. And it's funny that you ask that because I was just talking to Joe, my husband, guys. I was just talking to my husband yesterday, and I was like, we were talking about the Usher and Chris Brown concert that is currently happening. And y'all, like, I love Usher's music, Chris Brown's music, listen to it for a long time, still listen to it. Um, both talented. I've been to a Usher concert. I missed Chris Brown performing when I went to his concert. Go figure. But I was in a different place because I saw this clip and it's during Usher's song. It wasn't Make Love in the Club. I don't remember what song it was. And y'all know I ain't gonna play it because I'm not trying to have any issues with YouTube. But this girl, I don't want to call her a stripper because I don't know if that's her real like occupation or if she's a dancer who was acting as if she was a stripper. What does Black Mirror-ish mean? I see why you like Enrique. This is why I don't use AI. It feels too Black Mirror-ish to me. I don't know what that means. What's Black Mirror-ish? Enlighten me. But so in this clip, this girl walks onto the stage, everything out. Like, let me see. She had uh this was probably the size of the string that was going through the crack of her, and I couldn't see what was in the front because she's walking forward. So I'm guessing she had something covering those. I don't know. But and she's in great shape. Great shape. You know, I'm sure the fellas was loving the body and maybe some women too. She walks over to the pole and she starts doing her thing on the pole. And I'm just sitting here and sitting watching it, and I'm like, because it was just a snippet, and somebody put like, "Don't bring your kids to this concert," and I was I was like conflicted. I was conflicted because one, I know Usher is married with children. And I'm like, I don't even believe this. Like, this scene doesn't even look and now look, I know men go to the strip club married with children, so I'm not naive. But what I'm saying is like the scene that was playing out was just, it was like, and then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is this necessary? Like, this, what makes this, who came up with this visual and why was it necessary for the song? But then I was like, am I being too judgy? because at one point in time, I don't know if I'd ever be like, "Go girl." I doubt that I would have ever did that, but like maybe I would have just dismissed it more than I was dismissing it now. And so I don't know, Enrique. I was sitting there kind of like, why? Like, why? Chris, I can explain it a little bit more. Chris is a little younger. He's single. He does have children. Um, and then I started thinking, because I have two daughters who are they dance, like they're in ballet and jazz, and I'm like, how do you te- are are we not are we it seems like the whole stripping thing and all of that is becoming more and more a part of the culture, the black music culture, the black culture. So some people still put it down, but it seems like a lot of people still are more accepting of it. And so now as a mom who have girls who dance in like a dance school, I'm like, I have to be able to help them to separate one type of dancing versus the other type of dancing, and this goes into, being grounded, principles, morals, all of those things. And then I'm like, but do those people not have principles and morals? Like, I went into this whole mind thing, and that's why I was talking to my husband. I was like, it's interesting because, yeah, as to your point, Enrique, as I get older, as I mature in my walk with God, I'm gonna give God the credit for this. As I mature, as I question things, as my children get older, it forces me to have to change what impresses me, change my perspective on things. But it's tough because a lot of it, like, I didn't grow up around strippers, but you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us grew up in this black music culture, entertainment culture. If you're black, a lot of us did. So yeah, I definitely think that maturity changes what impresses us. It should. Um Black Mirror is a new show like the Twilight Zone or the Outer Limits. Oh, okay. So it's like sci-fi. I don't really watch the sci-fi stuff. My husband likes those types of shows, but okay, I get you. I get you. Let's see what he said.
Can I tell you what I think is happening? I don't actually think you're becoming more judgmental. I think you're becoming more intentional. There's a difference. A few years ago, you might have asked, open quote, did I enjoy this? Close quote. Now you're asking, open quote, what is this teaching? Close quote. Especially because you're raising two daughters. You can't watch entertainment the same way anymore because you're not just watching it as Carrie, you're watching it as a mom. And I think that's a huge shift. So here's the question I'd leave you with. Is it possible that becoming a parent changes what we consume? Not because we think we're better than anyone else, but because we realize we're always teaching someone, even when we're just watching. Because listening to you, I don't hear someone trying to condemn anybody. I hear a mom asking, open quote, what message do I want my children to absorb? Close quote. And to me, that's a very different conversation.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think about it? How, I mean, hey Rob Brown, it's an interesting conversation because, like I said, a lot of everybody I know who has the same complexion, I mean the same, well, same skin color, whatever. Everybody I know who I grew up with that's black, um like everybody listen to hip hop. Everybody like similar music, at least up north. It was a big part of your upbringing, movies and shows. And while we did have Different World and the Cosby Show, we also had, you know, Friday, and we had Boys in the Hood, we had NWA, and we had all of that too. You know, we had Aquanelli, and we had all of that. So yeah, that's an interesting one because there's some things that maybe we shouldn't have had um exposure to. One of my Facebook friends from Jersey was trying to kind of pick people's no, what was he saying? What y'all, what was the song? Young Miami song? She had a song out with somebody recently. I can't think of the other rapper. She had a song out. Apparently it was like um bigging up men who were scammers or something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about? So the person who put a post up, they were basically like, are we being too judgmental because we did have stuff spin that? Yeah. We did have stuff like Akinelli and I wasn't listening to Trina, but we had all of these. Oh, no, because I'm from Jersey. So he named a bunch of club songs. He named I Beat That with a Bat. Uh uh Get on the Donkey. Something, I can't say the other ones, but it's with DIC, is with that word. And so he was like, we had these songs and we didn't think anything of it. So like, what's the problem? And somebody else we went to school with, and he was basically like, yeah, that's the problem. We probably didn't have any business listening to those songs and dancing to those songs either. So the solution is not, well, we listen to it, so they should listen to it. It might be that at some point somebody needs to, mature and have a different perspective as a parent. And so, yeah, those types of things are pretty interesting to me because a lot of us enjoyed it at the time. Sometimes it feels like, and God, my heart, I don't lie to God. Well, I couldn't because he would know anyway. But sometimes I'm like, it seems less fun sometimes to go the right way, or to go the more virtuous way or more moral way. And that seems obvious, but sometimes it's like it's boring this way. But boring is not bad. So let me see what you guys are saying over here. Moesha, the Parkers, Jamie Foxx show, Martin. Yes, just a little bit. Okay. Um, it's hard to get away from it. I don't know one black person that doesn't listen to hip hop. I only see non-listeners on the internet. Yeah, because the music, I mean, but I guess they might be saying the same thing. Listen, I was exposed to Adina Howard, yep, Two Live Crew, and Uncle Luke at a young age. And what do you like? Okay, so Rod, what do you say about that now? What do you say about that now? What would you let your kids listen and watch Uncle Luke? Um, I'm saying? Like, where are you on that now? 3 6 Mafia slob. Yeah. It's called growing up. Now we know better, we do better. Don't know a lot of people you just named and some in the chat. Well, that's Cheryl, girl. That's good. Cause then you probably don't have the same conflict that some of us run into. I mean, I do know a few people who, now that they are saved, they like don't listen to any rap, according to what they say. They don't listen to any rap or anything like that. I've tried to do that in buckets, but they're like, I can't like never listen to pop. Never listen. Even okay, so even like Eminem song with Biggie, it's gruesome, but I love rapping it because I always used to like when I could learn the lyrics to music that was difficult. So anybody who had like a fast flow or just like a certain cadence, you wanted to learn the lyrics. So Eminem is one of those guys for me. So I don't know. It gets a little interesting. Jay Reezy. Okay. I don't listen to hip hop nor rap. Okay. And I respect those who don't, Junior Largy. What do you listen to? Rob Brown. What I would say now is no chance on God's green earth would I let my son listen to all of that. I know my poor parents. My parents were baby boomers. They didn't know. Like even Color Me Bad. I want to sex you up. We ain't no business listening to that, but we was dancing to it. We didn't have any business listening to this stuff. Backseat of my Jeep. Let's swing an episode. Come on. But now, it's LL Cool J. Yeah, it just seems different because we grown now, but in all honesty, it's the same game, different players. Gerard said, I was exposed to a lot of things that I wasn't supposed to listen to. No, my kids can't listen to it. Yeah. And I'm like, am I a hypocrite or am I just doing better? Because I also believe that every generation should be better off than the one before it. Bump and grind. Let's not even get started on all of R. Kelly's songs. I mean, we can't go, let's not even go into R&B. However, I will say this. Those oldies but goodies, some of these Motown songs, like the songs that my mom and my dad like listen to, they wasn't talking about nothing good. Like some of them they were. Some of them they were, but it was a lot of cheating. It was a lot of side piecing. It was a lot of stuff going down. Get good knocking boots, H Town. Like I was we were singing knocking boots going to our 6th grade graduation trip. What business do we have singing knocking boots? I can't listen to secular rap anymore. When I hear it other places, the memories come back, but I can't go backwards. Yeah. Music is that thing that brings back memories too. Like you remember exactly where you were, you remember certain time frame, you remember all details. It's crazy. Oh nah, them old school songs were about some dirt too. Just no curse. Tell them about it. Exactly. You know it. My parents didn't know what I was listening to. Nope, they didn't. My parents had no clue. And my oldest sister, that's how I knew about NWA, like Automobile, the world's biggest. Some of these songs I can't now. I'm like, how did they get to exist? Um I heard the song Too Close by Next on the radio the other day. My wife and I was like, how did I not Yup. Baby, when we're grinding. Yup. Mm-mm. Something as innocent as I saw my mommy kissing Santa Claus. That is true. I've heard people talk about that song because it's like the kid is going to think that the mom is cheating with Santa, but Santa is dad. But still, I had to turn it off. Music is definitely a struggle. And then, not for nothing, some of this music now, whoo, whoo, I, I'm, see, I'm trying, again, I'm trying not to be judgy because when we were younger, our parents might have felt the same way with some of the stuff that we listen to too. But some of this music now, like I really can't understand it. I legit cannot understand what they're saying. And then my husband, he's he's been doing sound for a rapper, the Boss Man D-Lo. He's doing sound. He was doing sound for one of these, present day rappers. And I was asked, we were listening to something that came on after one of the I don't remember what song we were listening to. I don't remember how it came on, but this song came on and I was like, it sounds like I was like, it sounds like the rapping is off beat. And he said, well, no, that's like a new thing that some of these kids are doing. They're rapping ahead of the beat. And it was a lot. It was a lot. I couldn't do it. I can't do new rap. I can't. I'm sorry. I tried. I feel like a lot of it is too fast and too mumbled. I'm noticing that a lot of kids mumble. They don't speak clearly. It's like not even rapping, like just talking is like is mumble. Sometimes I gotta catch my kids with it, especially I think gamers do it because they be like, da, 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 full box, da, da, da. And then like my son's friends, sometimes when they're talking to us, me and my husband are like, wait, slow down, enunciate. We can't even hear what you're saying. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I gotta pray on it. Music is a struggle. I will admit, as a Christian, I still struggle with certain music, but I'm willing to admit that as an everyday Christian and learn how to turn to God in certain situations. Yeah, it was a lot of classics, but I just can't listen to it. That 90s R&B got me in trouble. I bet it did. I bet it did because people had crazy playlists. People talk about their playlists now. I'm like, playlists were created at one point in time to do damage. Okay, let's just be real. Some people straight up created playlists with a purpose. They had a strategy attached to their playlist for real, for real. There is always something that we all struggle with in our faith journey, but having a strong relationship with God and a solid community helps get me through it. Yeah. Look at the lyrics for Diana Ross, Upside Down. Upside down, you're turning me. You can't really- no stop. Oh, wait, hold up. Let's pull it up. Upside Down. I'm not going to play it. Upside Down lyrics. Diana Ross. Let's look at some of her lyrics. I said, upside down, you're turning me. You're giving love instinctively. Around and round, you're turning me. Upside down, boy, you turn me. Inside out and round. Upside down, boy, you turn me. Inside out and round. Instinctively, you give to me the love that I need. I cherish the moments with you. Respectfully, I say to thee, I'm aware that you're cheating. Okay, I'm aware that you're cheating. No, when no one makes me feel like you do. Upside down, boy, you turn me inside out, round and round, upside. Okay, of course. I know you got charm and appeal. You always play the field. I'm crazy to think you're all mine as long as the sun continues to shine. I never knew this song was about this. There's a place in my heart for you. That's the bottom line. Upside down, boy, you turn me inside out, round and round, upside down. Okay. Instinctively, you give to me the love that I need. I cherish the moment with you. Respectfully, I see to thee. I'm aware that you're cheating, but no one makes me feel like you do. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but I've heard a lot about the DR, and I'm not surprised, but wow, I did not know that. Didn't know it. All right. Yeah, we're regressing as a society. They can't read and write nor speak properly. Yeah. Knocking Boots was the jam. No, it was like as soon as you heard, especially at the end, it's the beat. It's the beat. It's the beat. Wasn't it the beat, y'all? It wasn't the words. It was the beat, right? Knocking Boots, Gin and Juice, Janet's that's the way love goes. My husband and I were talking about that the other day. I said when Janet came out with That's the Way Love Goes, psh, psh, anytime, any place. Okay, listen. Mm-mm. Mark Kane says, to the credit of that music, it took us until we were adults to understand it. Compared to now, where it is all full in our face. I live in the Caribbean, so the old dance hall and reggae was way worse. You know what's so funny? You're right, because Flex, we used to bump Flex, um, Boom Bye Bye, Boom Bye Bye, Murder She Wrote. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. But you're right. You're right. And there's certain things that I listen to now, I am still like, "Oh, that's what they said? I didn't know that's what they said," because I used to make up stuff if I couldn't figure out what they said. So, you're right, Mark. I hear you on that. Ah, shit. I still do that. I had a prom playlist. Oh, y'all talking about y'all playlist? Y'all was devious with those playlists, weren't you? Um, I had a prom playlist, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, I bet. I bet. Yes, I've noticed the mumbling. Look at the lyrics for verse 1 and 2. Yeah, heard those lyrics was crazy. Mind blown. Yep. She knew old boy was cheating and was okay with being the side woman. Neither did I. She's happy being a side piece. That's what the song sounds like. Them lyrics, when you read them, are mind blowing. Bobby Womack, I wish he wouldn't trust me so much. That man confessed. Yeah, woman to woman. Um, uh, what's the song? It's morning. As we lay. Janet was nasty, but he used to bump. Yeah, the songs were dope. Or were they? Or were they? Shaba. Yeah. So I don't know. It's as yet last night. You think last night was bad? Oh, last night what? You're right. Cause the whole thing is about him being in it. Wait a minute. In last night, isn't there a part where he says, "Last night there was no blood in it"? Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Let me look this up. Let me look this up real quick. I'm gonna take you off the screen, Enrique, because let me. All right, let me look this up real quick. As yet, I'm not good enough to put it on the screen. I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to do that, y'all. I'm still learning how to do that. As yet, last night, because that's my song. Last night, you were so into it. You told me secrets that you never told us. So you were so nervous, yet oh so comfortable as we explore your image of love. I drank your wine as you taste mine. I kissed your lips. You felt my body slip into your soul. And y'all know I'm hearing the song. I almost cried because it was so beautiful. Last night, I was inside of you. Last night, while making love to you, I saw the sun, the moon, the mountains, and the rivers. I saw heaven when I made sweet love to you. It's so nice. It's so nice though. It's so nice. But I was listening to it at like, I don't know what age. 96? Dang, I was just going into high school. Maybe. Jesus. Last night there was no planning it. It was so special, so very innocent. We talked of memories, our favorite fantasies as we explored our visions of love. Deep in the night, right by the fireside, you felt my candlelight in your soul. You felt incredible. I started to explode. I almost cried. Okay, inside of you, I want to see if he says something about blood. Last night there, sunlight, red roses. Okay, maybe I was mistaken. I wanted to know what part the guy sings when he sings the low part. Deep in the night, right by no, last night there was no. Oh, okay. Last night there was no planning it. See, I thought he said there was no blood in it. Okay. Whew. I thought he was getting nasty, nasty. So see that's a tricky one because it is very much so talking about them making love, but it's so melodic and so nice. But we were listening to it. I was listening to it when I was 13. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Them playlists was no good for me either. They'll get you in trouble. Slip Away by Clarence Carter. Slip Away by Clarence Carter. What I would give for just a few moments, what I would give just to have you near. Tell me you will try to slip away somehow. Oh, I need you, darling. I want to see you right now. Can you slip away? How sweet it is when you steal it, darling. Let me tell you something, how sweet it is. Now I know it's wrong, the things I asked you to do, but please believe me, darling. I don't mean to hurt you, but could you slip away without him knowing you're gone? Then we could meet somewhere where we both are not known. And guess you can slip away, slip away. I need you so. Cause I gotta see you. I feel a deep burning inside. Sheesh. Dang, she must have put it on him. He saw the sun, the moon. Who he cried in the car. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. I don't know this music thing. This music thing is definitely interesting. It has caused me to have to ask a couple of questions. Hey, agency headquarters. So real quick, Enrique, I have to admit that I did not hear the last few things that you said. So can you do me a favor cuz it's 7:57. Can you do me a favor and summarize your last 2 points because we didn't get a chance to hear what you said. Yeah, man. Whoa. Wow. I remember this song. My older sister used to play this. Those lyrics are kind of wild. Repeating inside of you is a lot. Let's see what he says.
First, you don't have to deny that you enjoyed the music you grew up with in order to admit that you see some of it differently now. That isn't necessarily judgment, it can simply be growth. The better question is, now that we know more, what do we want to pass on to the next generation? Second, something can be musically excellent and still carry a message that may not be good for us. We've often been trained to associate excitement with excess, so the more virtuous path can initially feel boring. Maturity may be learning to find joy in different things, not losing your ability to enjoy life.
No, I'm still live, Journey. Okay. Sorry, y'all. This is real life. My daughter charging up her iPad over here, so that's ringing. She's not even here. My other daughter keeps coming in. And yeah. So, now that we know more, what do we want to pass on to the next generation? Principles, values, a strong example of a relationship with God, the Bible, Jesus. Like that's what I'm clinging to. Staying um keeping communication open with my children, doing my best to, guard and protect where I think I should, and guide and coach on how to interact and how to how to challenge a thought on something, how to weigh out a situation, how to determine what they do, what they don't do, um the power of music, appreciation of music and art, but the power of it. Um, what are y'all doing? Stretch more. We must show the next generation resilience. That's a fact. And I think that we also have to show them purpose in that resilience because, again, going back to what people consider success, what people consider, um, kids, I don't know if they're really caring about purpose as much as like just what's fun, what I want to do, that what do I want to do that'll make me money, that's fun, that's what other people are doing, what do I see? Um so I think resilience is a part of the how, but has to be connected to a what and a why. Um, which is even also why I do my best. My husband, like I do my best to any situation, any experience. I'm I'm attempting to find the wisdom, the teaching moment, the practice moment for them, the opportunity for growth, the opportunity for conversation, for getting into their psyche, for them understanding certain things or not, or it's just is like this ongoing type of a thing, because you can only protect them from but so much. And then you want your kids to be protected, but you also don't want them so protected that when they interact with or are around certain things, they have no clue what to do. They have no tools, no grounding, no reference point, no, oh, this is, I know that, and I know what I do when I see that, I do that. So it's an ongoing thing. And then also remembering how you were when you were that age, and what were the things that your parents did that made you tap into what they're saying, and what were the things that they did or didn't do that played into you not tapping in or not talking. So um that's why the communication part for me is super super big, because sometimes for me, I think my parents, it wasn't like they were trying to keep me from stuff. I really think it wasn't that they were trying to keep me from a bunch of stuff. Some things they didn't know to talk to me about, maybe, or they didn't. I guess when you're a parent, well, not I guess, in my opinion, when you're a parent, you have the things you want to teach your children, and then the things that come up along the way. But I think it's important to leave a clear lane for the things that they come across that you might not remember, you might not think, you might not know about to bring up, but they can bring it up to you. So I don't know. It's like a forever thing. My 12-year-old nephew told me he's proud of me for being 3.5 years sober. Nice. That hit pretty hard, more than any adult telling me. So I have faith in some kids. They just need some guidance. That is, first of all, congratulations to you, Matt. And that's pretty big that he recognized that. That's pretty big that he recognized that. And I agree with you. Kids need guidance. I think that they need grounding too. I cannot stop saying this enough, that I think that if you are connected to something bigger, it helps you out of things. It gives you an alternative. It gives you a comparison to, it gives you something to run it by. It's like, okay, I one, my parents taught me these things, and my parents showed me in the word where God talks about these things, and God warns me about these things. So, okay, I'm in this situation. It feel mentally, I know I probably shouldn't be in this situation, but physically, I'm feeling like I'm kind of wanting to be in this situation. Oh, I is this what temptation is? Is this what my parents were talking to me about when they talked about temptation? Is this what God was talking to me about when he said that he will not tempt me, but the devil will? Is this the devil? Is that girl over there doing all that? What, like, and again, nobody's perfect, and everything doesn't play out, 100%, but it, to me, is way more, you have a way better chance at making better decisions when you have something to run stuff past, when you have something other than what your friend said to run stuff past. you know And on another day, I might have to get behind a paywall to share some stuff with y'all. But yeah, it would, I think it would help to have something grounding that you can run your situations by. Jay Reezy, they need example. I think they need to see what it looks like to live the way they're being taught, not only in the family, but in friendship and community. That's the hard part. And that's the other reason why I'm doing my best to, I'm to be transparent and open and honest, and where not honest where it makes sense, but transparent and sharing. And I don't I like this community-esque type of a feel. I think that we need more and more and more. There's no maximum to the amount of connection that I think we all need to have with one another, especially now. Um because I do care about your kids, and I hope you care about my kids, cuz my kids might interact with your kids one day. God already says I should love everybody, so that's a given, but still, like, I know sometimes people be like, I don't care, I'm just focused on mine, or I don't need nobody, or I don't care about what anybody else thinks, or I don't care. And it's like, I hear you, but at the end of the day, we're all interconnected. Like, we are. Like it or not, we are. And so I agree with you that it needs to be more and more a part of community, friendship, family, everything. So we just gotta keep, and we gotta live it, y'all. We can't be hypocrites, because you know what age you got to when you started to be like, man, my mom and dad been telling me this and they haven't been living it. A lot of us get to that stage. A lot of us get to that stage. I'm gonna say around 12. Around 12, you start looking at stuff like, he's a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. He's not living what he says. Okay. And so that's why for me, I'm like, God, please help me. Order my steps, light my path, help me to walk in the direction that I'm supposed to go in. If, like, primarily for me, for my children, please help me to be able to. So yeah, I just try to live by example. Yeah, it that's a big part of it. We can't be hypocrites. Yep, he saw me living in my car, no job, real stuff, and now I'm having him over to play video games in my own apartment. Look at God. Look at you. Good job, Matt. Amen. Just to be clear, I'm not talking about perfection, but genuine effort to do good and be good. And that's all, right? Because we're not perfect. We're not perfect, but we certainly can put in that genuine effort. You got that right. And it's a ongoing thing. It's a daily thing. So I'm with y'all on that. I'm with y'all on that. Maybe, you know, I'll save it for next week. I'll make a note of it. I want to take this a little bit further. But I'll save that for next week. So let me see. Enrique just heard what we were saying. Let me see what his response is, and we're gonna go ahead and start closing it out, because I gotta go pick up my daughter. Let me see. Oh, he about to ask me some other questions.
I think that's a good place to pause because you just landed on the heart of the conversation. The next generation doesn't only need rules, they need grounding, open communication, community, and adults who are genuinely trying to live what they teach. Not perfection, integrity. And I'd definitely save the rest for next week because you already have another full conversation sitting inside what you just said. How do we guide children without overprotecting them? But before you move on, I'd ask the chat one final question. What is one thing you hope the next generation learns from watching your life, not just from listening to your words?
Ooh, ooh, that was to y'all too. Enrique said, "What is one thing you hope the next generation learns from watching your life, not just listening to your words. For me, one thing I hope the next generation would learn is that God has the answer to everything. God is everything you need. That's what I if I could pick one thing that they would learn from watching is the proof of that. That would be mine. Let me see what the chat's answers are. Um Akeem Old School. Okay. Great show. Carrie, question. Do you happen to have an email address? I would love to see if you're interested in a faith-based interview. This conversation is on point for the body of Christ. Um, I guess I need to come up with a email address that like I could put out publicly. So I'll create one. Or you can look me up on well, I think you can now message on YouTube though. I think you can. If not, I'm Carrie E. Spencer on Instagram, but I'm gonna create an email address, Rob Brown. So if I don't have it, if you can't figure out how to get to me before next week, I'll have it for next week. Gerard said, okay, be authentic with kids. Agency headquarters said you have to care about each other because that is how you build safe communities. When you care about everybody, that helps build strong relationships. Gerard said more is caught than what is taught. That's a fact. Matt Lauer said, I've got a saying. I started when I stopped drinking. I say love, love, love. That first one's for me. Second one's for you. And that third one's for any other person that needs to hear. I love that. I love that. Love, love, love. And you know what's so funny? Other Matt Lauer, when I say I love you to I say I love you to my kids, but a phrase that we have in our house that's grown, because I started saying it to one daughter and now I say it to all my kids and they say it to me. I'll say to them, I'll be like, love, love, love. And they'll be like, love, love, love. So that's kind of cool. I love that. Um, DLC said, hard work pays off, but you have to stick with it. All right. We like that. Anthony Jackson said, examples. Yes. Real Love says, yes, God has all the answers and to keep God in the center of your life. Yes, yes, yes. Rob Brown, I pray that next generation will see how I walk with God and how to keep God in my life, no matter the circumstances, no matter the circumstances. And he also says, being the example of how a godly man should be. Ooh, love it. Junior Largy, great stream. Thank you so much, sir. It was great because you all were here with me. Cheryl, financial security and knowing thyself and God's way of doing things and keep reading his word. Oh, I'm loving this stuff, y'all. I'm loving it. So I'm going to go ahead and oh, I have it on the screen because I'm gonna capture those. Enrique, make sure that you take note to the responses people are giving because this is gonna help me with what I want to do next. Agency headquarters says life is a marathon and the race never ends until the race is over. Just keep going and keep pushing no matter what. That's that resilience and that perseverance. There you go. So I'm gonna let Enrique, you can give me your closing thoughts. After you give me give everybody your closing thoughts, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. It's 8:13. I gotta get off of here by 8:15. Great stream, y'all. Great conversation. So let me hear what Enrique's closing remarks are. Cool stuff.
First, thank you all for letting me crash in. It's Monday. I wasn't sure what to expect tonight, but I learned something. When Carrie invited me on, I thought we were going to talk about AI. Instead, we talked about growth, we talked about music, we talked about parenting, we talked about purpose, and we talked about God. What stood out to me most wasn't that everyone agreed, it was that everyone was willing to think together. In a world where people are often rewarded for having the quickest opinion, you all spent tonight asking better questions. I hope you keep doing that. And I'll leave you with one thought: your children, your family, Your friends, even people you've never met, may not remember every piece of advice you give them, but they will remember the kind of person they consistently experienced. So keep becoming the person you hope they'll remember. Thank you for welcoming me tonight. And Carrie, thank you for trusting me with your community. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next Monday.
All right, y'all. So thank you. Thank you guys for participating with our AI producer tonight. I appreciate you all for doing that. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. Didn't know how this was going to turn out, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Real Love said, Carrie, I love this podcast for you. You're doing such a great job. Many blessings. Thank you so much. Later, y'all. Later, Junior Largy. See you later, Jay Reezy. Matt Larg, great stream, Carrie. Happy Monday, everybody. We made it, and love, love, love. That is a fact. We made it. I hope that you guys have had a great Monday. Continue to have a great Monday. Those who see the recording, I hope you were having a great day. You all, please do me one favor. Go out. Oh, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Two favors. Hit the like button on your way out and go out there and be great because you are great. All right, y'all. I will talk to you soon. Bye.